Back to the courthouse now in Paris, where France 24's Catherine Norris-Trent is standing by. Catherine, just talk us through exactly, now that you have more details from this verdict, what you're understanding about what this means for Marine Le Pen and her colleagues.
It's really interesting when you get down in the details of it, Jeannie. And just right now, actually, there's quite a lot of commotion around me because Marine Le Pen's lawyer has come out of the courtroom. That hearing is now over, and he's been speaking out. And he's basically said the court has ruled that there was a whole system of party employees in the National Rally, which was embezzling this money, that it's not the sole responsibility of Marine Le Pen. So perhaps a hint there that she might be trying to dust off these allegations, make the best hand of it she can. Because when you look at the dates here, it's really, really important. She has been found guilty again on appeal. She has been barred from public office. That has been withheld. But for 45 months, 30 of which are suspended, 15 of which had to be actually taken into practice, acted upon. And it's been, coincidentally, 15 months since Marine Le Pen was first found guilty and that sentence was first handed down and put into practice. So she's actually served the active part of that sentence already, leaving her free now to run for public office if she should want to. The thing is, though, that she is going to be under house arrest for at least 6 months, perhaps a year. It could be brought down to 6 months with an electronic surveillance tag. And she has previously said in a TV interview that she doesn't want to run for public office if she's wearing an electronic tag. Now, the fact that she's not barred from office anymore, will she change her mind? It's really difficult to know. She's going to be going back and speaking to officials from her party and talking about exactly this kind of thing. You've got to take into account that Marine Le Pen is someone who's been working her whole career to get to the point where she would hope, successfully run for president. She's tried 3 times already. Will she really renounce on her 4th term now that she is no longer officially barred from office? So all these kind of details, when you do the calculations about the length of this sentence, the length of the barring from office, the length that she has to wear an electronic tag for, which are going to be coming in for these discussions between her and her National Rally colleagues now.
Right. It'll be very interesting to see if she does go back on that word, Catherine, as you're saying. I mean, this is a long-running scandal. Just to give some context to our viewers, this dates back more than 20 years, back to the time when her father, who created the initial far-right party, was in charge. Just talk us through what exactly happened, what she's accused of.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this case, which the judges have been ruling over, some of the things that the National Rally were accused of date back to 2004, when her father was in charge of the party, when it was still the National Front rather than the National Rally, because he also was a member of the European Parliament. And so that's where you've got Marine Le Pen's lawyers coming over and saying, look, this didn't start with her. She didn't invent this whole thing, trying to make the best of it she can. Jean-Marie Le Pen, in this trial, the prosecutors said, embezzled European public funds, which were meant for these European parliamentary assistants in order to pay for a butler, to pay for a personal assistant, to pay for all kinds of things that had nothing to do with the European Parliament. And then what she's been found guilty of is taking on this system and making it more official, more concrete, more systematic. But her lawyers will say she didn't invent it. This was practice that had been done for years. And they argued in court that the European Parliament knew exactly what was going on and that they've been the victims of, well, a political plot to try and cast dirt on them. Clearly, the judge did not rule in her favor, did not take those arguments into account. But this is part of some vast system. 4.4 million euros dating back more than 20 years. And the party and Marine Le Pen herself, as well as the other officials, are going to have to be repaying some of that huge sum of money to the European Union now.
Right. So as we look forward toward the 2027 presidential election, yes, Marine Le Pen can run, it seems like. However, she does have this electronic bracelet and she has been found guilty. What would the implications be for her as a candidate if she chooses to change her mind and run?
I mean, I think most people would tell you that being found guilty of embezzling public funds is not a good look for a politician looking in the very near future to run for the highest public office in the land. And yet, Marine Le Pen and her party are going to be trying to present this of something which is widespread, which has been done by other parties, including here in France. And there have been cases which have been thrown out involving other political parties across the spectrum here in France, accused of doing the same thing, but they weren't found guilty. There were less proofs, the judges said, in those cases. So we'll have to wait and see how this impacts, if at all, in the public opinion polls. Marine Le Pen tonight is going to be coming out fighting for her political future, really, when she gives this interview on French primetime TV national news. It'll be really interesting to see how she tries to manage to brush aside the fact that she has been found guilty of embezzling public funds. Can she turn that, therefore, into something of a basis for her presidential run, arguing that she's a victim of judicial harassment, lawfare, as Donald Trump would like to term it? We're going to wait to have to see, but it's going to be quite a political stretch in order to make that case.